Hey people, Karina here, coming at you with a real life scenario. And whatever time you're watching this, I'd like to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you? Um, I guess you can see by the title of the video below that this is a subject that is kind of least been talked about across the YouTube community, okay? First of all, let me just say this one thing to the ladies. If you are watching this video and you are in a relationship that you feel like you won, and because maybe you were in an altercation with another female over a person that you think that um, was either yours, or you're gloating because you think you taken something from someone. I mean, I've seen this happen like so many times. I've seen this happen recently, and I've seen it in the past. But in the past, I've never really too much understood it until now. And so that's why I'm making a video about it now. I've seen to where females will say that, or basically the weaker females, a lot of people will say, may the best man win or may the best woman win. Honestly, to a narcissist, to a narcissistic male, I'm sorry, they will always go for the woman who is the weakest, who is the one that they can exude the most control over. And the weak female will feel like she is everything because she puts up with his cheating, she puts up with his lies, and she feels that because she tricked him into getting her pregnant, not once, not twice, maybe 3, 4, 5 times, that she is the queen on the throne of his heart. But honey, if you're watching this video and you know that your man is like no good, dirty dog, but you settle for it, I mean, you knew who he was when you met him. You thought you could change him. No woman can change a man. A man has to love himself and count up the cost of what he could lose by trying to get a real woman in his life. Now, if he's not ready for real commitment, he's not going to change. Not a ring is going to make that man change. Not a baby is going to make that change. I mean, you think you living it up and you living your life like it's golden right now, sweetie, but I'm telling you, the moment he sees the perfect opportunity to get out, he's going to get out. I've seen it like many, many times, and I've also had it happen to me before. Pretty isn't everything. Pretty is not everything. Now, if you're pretty and you're dumb, men love that. Because a true narcissistic male is never going to tell his woman, I love you because you're so stupid and you let me play games with you. A narcissistic male ain't going to tell you that. He's going to basically show you that with with the fact that he could maybe get on the phone and talk with other females in front of you for hours and hours and hours and scold you like a dog and make you sit there and wait till he's done talking to talk to you. And you feel like because he put a baby inside of your uterus that you are the queen of his heart. See, fellas, this is how child support comes about. Now, if you're watching this and you're a good male, shouts out to you. Hope and pray to God another one like you enters my life. I would love it. But you know what? Right now ain't the time. Right now ain't the time. Right now ain't the time. You know, investing in myself, investing in business ventures, investing in what I want to manifest, okay? And a relationship is like last. It's on the back burner because understand this, ladies. a relationship is not going to make you whole. You know, your status in life is not predicated upon if you have a man or not. Society says that. Here's the thing. The Bible doesn't state anything of a woman having to take care of herself. But you know what? We've developed this thing of having to take care of ourselves because a lot of men don't want no responsibility. Some of them don't. And a lot of times, females be thinking they winning. But in actuality, you're lost. Because if a man was looking to get out of a relationship with you, but he decided to look for other females first, or maybe he had a good one and that one was, holding him accountable, basically like holding him accountable in the standpoint of, if they say, well, I want to get married and stay married to you, it's like, okay, what are you doing to show a person? And fellas, you cannot buy a real woman. Okay, I wasn't going to go there, but fellas, I'm going to give you this little few minutes right here. I'm going to give you about 3 minutes. The time right now is on 6:34. And I'm going to go ahead and give you the things that you cannot do to a woman who knows who she is and knows her worth. Thing number one, you cannot buy us. You cannot think that buying us a nice car or buying something for our apartment or buying us clothes is going to keep us. Only a simple, basic ... is in love with that idea, and she's okay with that idea of you buying her things, because her self-esteem is so low that you can basically do whatever you want to her, and she's not going to leave because you bought her flowers. I don't let men buy me flowers. I never let a man buy me flowers. I let a man buy me flowers maybe once in life. I didn't let him, but I know the reason that the flowers were bought for me was basically out of good intentions. They were basically out of good intentions based on the situation. It was bought you flowers just because there was no in-between time where the person could have done anything, whatever. The person just used to randomly do things. But fellas, a real woman is not going to allow you to do things for her if your actions are not lined up with the things that you're doing, okay? And I'll give you an example of what I mean. Like, say you are dating someone and you love them, or you say that you love them, or you told them you love them, or whatever, the feelings are unspoken, but you feel some kind of way. And y'all are doing things for a particular reason. Maybe the female doesn't know about it. It's like you're not emotionally available, but you're financially available. A real woman can feel that, because a real woman wants things that money can't buy. She wants some of your time. She wants to cook with you, laugh with you, joke with you. Yeah, those are some of the things. Now, a basic female will be like, oh, well, he loves me because he buys me this and he buys me that. That is an indication. Fellas, if you're talking to a female, like even as a friend, or listen to the conversation of females, if they brag about what a dude done bought them, that should be a red flag in your eyes, your ears, and in your heart. Because that right there should let you know that she is like She's simple. And she's basically playable at this point. If a female talks about things that a dude buys her or does for her, but she never speaks on like love or good intentions of the man, she's playable, and she's basically setting herself up to be played. Okay? Now, to the ladies, just because a man chose you over someone else, you have to understand that maybe he chose you because you were the weakest link. And if a man is not really serious, he will walk away from a good woman to go be with a thought because you have such low standards that you feel like if you open your legs and let him enter your body and ejaculate up inside you and get you pregnant without the promise of marrying you, like hell, letting him do it without even an engagement ring or even like taking you to get a marriage license, you know, or even like just say they did that, but they don't ever go through with the marriage. I'm sorry, sweetie, you didn't win anything. These days, thoughts only have one goal and one goal only. Just make me a baby mother. That's not my life. I don't want that life. I don't need that life, okay? I have one child that is an adult, okay? And I was smart enough not to go out there and have any more kids as seeing that the very first time was hard enough, you know. All women with kids did not get married right away. I mean, I got married, but it was basically forced because we had a child. And even after that, I didn't stay because I just knew my worth. I just knew that I didn't want a man that bought me things. Now, don't get me wrong. Gifts are nice sometimes, but let me explain what I mean. Some women get upset, fellas, when you buy them kitchen items. Me, I love that crap. I'd rather you buy me a new skillet or something in the kitchen for us to cook with together than to like try to buy me something that I can wear, whatever like that, because I can buy my own clothes, thank you. You know, if you're gonna buy me something that we could both use together so that we could bring it into our future together and maybe pass it on to the kids or whatever. Be like, oh, I like this nice little plate set. If a female gets mad about you buying her, I've seen some females go crazy and break up with their fiance or even leave their husbands because the man suggested, oh, sweetie, you know, our kitchenware is looking like this and looking like that, and I just feel like I want to buy you new kitchen stuff. I mean, I'll take kitchen stuff over flowers any day. I mean, some women take offense to, excuse me, I should not be eating before I do videos. Some women want to get mad at a man that wants to bring up their cooking game. I mean, if he's buying you dishes for your kitchen, or he's suggesting some kind of new meal thing, or he wants to cook with you, he want to show you how to cook something, don't get offended at that. Take it as that he loved you enough to show you what he like. You know, he loved you enough to show you what he like in the kitchen. You know, you can't be a bad bee, you know, just in the bedroom. I mean, if he want to eat a specific meal in the kitchen and you don't know how to cook it and he know how to cook it, let him show you. Or if, you know, he want to cook with you or do whatever. To me, it's that I've seen a lot of females get upset at the fact that they have a good dude trying to show them the way. You know what I mean? And then you get mad when he go out there and cheat or be sleeping over at a chick house that actually cooks. You know why? He loved you enough to try to show you something. He's teaching you because he wants to grow you as a person. Now, that type of stuff is always welcome because, like, I am the biggest, like, cooking freak there is. It's like, if you want to do something, you want to wow me, take me in the kitchen. Take me in your kitchen. Don't be so quick to try to holler and run and take a female to your bedroom. Take me to the kitchen. Let that be the first room in your house I see besides the front door. Take me to your kitchen. Let's do a little something in that kitchen. Okay? You know, because, you know, people got to eat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can get sex anywhere. There's like free sites. There's like thoughts running out here ready, willing, and able to give it to you. But you don't know what comes with that. So don't think, females that don't cook. Don't think just because y'all don't cook, but y'all be throwing around the coochie like party favors. Child, he is with you for that reason and that reason only. So don't think that you won. A real man is not going to respect you if you throwing around the coochie coo like a thought. Okay? People look at me crazy when I be like, well, I ain't having sex till I get married. And be like, well, you was married, right? Well, yeah. Was and is different things. Now, it's not a curse to be single. It just means you got standards. If you know that you want to be married, but you like don't know how to cook, you don't know how to clean, but you begging God to give you a husband, what you need to do, honey, is you need to learn how to do wife type things. And stop acting like your life is over because you're 19 or 20 and God ain't sent you a mate. Try being knocking on damn near 40. Try knocking on damn near 40 and you having the same issues. Then you and God gonna have to have like a heart to heart. But when you 20 years old, baby, you don't know. You don't know at the moment. You don't have enough life experience like to call yourself the perfect wife. Because a perfect wife, I mean, there's no such thing as a perfect wife, but I mean, you got to get the training, you got to get the skills, you got to get the knowledge, you know how to at least do something basic. At least learn how to make a pancake. Do some basic shit. Ooh, child. Don't get me started. Do some basic stuff, okay? Learn how to cook. At least learn how to sweep your floor good. You know, there's plenty of videos on YouTube for you to be hollering about, oh, I don't know how to cook, and I just don't feel like I want to learn, and blah, blah, blah. You want to be married, but you don't want to learn how to cook? I'm sorry, those two things just don't go together. Those two things just don't go together. Okay? So if you think that you won and you don't cook and you don't clean, you don't even clean your body right. If you think you smell like fish, or you smell like something like out there like 30,000 leagues under the sea, worse than fish. How is it that you think you are wife material? Cooking and cleaning, a woman is supposed to know how to do that, but y'all didn't take this. A lot of y'all didn't took this liberation stuff a little bit too far. Still know your place, ladies. I mean, be strong, but know your place. Your place is supposed to be help me. So this means you need to know how to do womanly things. There's nothing wrong with a man knowing how to cook. Matter of fact, I actually would prefer it. I've actually not too many times have had a man cook with me. That is like every woman that likes to cook dream, okay? I don't want to be the only one in the kitchen slaving over a stove. It's like, to me, that's something that I always wanted to be able to share. with my husband. I mean, making a pizza every now and then together is fine, but I mean, let's get a little bit more into the logistics of stuff, okay? Let's be like, let's share the roles, okay? But honey, if your dude can't cook, like, don't jump down his throat. Is he doing everything else? Like, is he going to work? Is he coming home showing you love and everything? Then honey, I'm sorry, you got to learn how to cook. You got 2 hands that work, you got 2 feet that'll walk your butt in the kitchen. If you working or if you not working, but you got finances coming in to where you know you can cook, text your man out of the blue and say, while he at work, thinking I want to cook something tonight, what do you have a taste for? And in the text, most men that got a, that got a 9-to-5 job and they're like working really hard, a lot of them, when they get off of work, they don't want to have to come home and try to figure out dinner too. You know what I'm saying? Be the good wife for real. That is crazy to me when females be thinking they be winning and you don't be doing nothing that qualifies you for being a wife. Any woman can lay down and have a baby, and every woman that open her legs to have sex ain't wife material. Honestly, I'm sitting here telling you that because I ain't perfect. You ain't perfect watching this. Ain't nobody is like perfect in this world but Jesus Christ. So, sometimes narcissistic males will make you think you won. But I guarantee you, if you straighten up and get a backbone, that male gonna leave you alone. And a lot of y'all scared of that. A lot of y'all are so scared of that. That, wait a minute, I'll just continue to be weak so that whatever he throws at me, I'll take it just so I don't have to be without a man. No, that is the biggest misconception, honey. That is the biggest fallacy, is that you are a winner because you stay and take ish. You're a loser to yourself if you know your worth, but yet you settle for less just for the sake of being to yourself until the right person come along. And what I mean by the right person, people in church need to stop telling folks this here. Just wait, just wait, just wait. You got people who just waited until they effing died, okay? You got people who could clean their house. You had people who could cook. You had people who could do all these things. It's always the people who got married and been married for a long time who got all this. Like, I've never been through anything in my life. Everything is just so beautiful. And I've never faced any troubles. And I've been in church since I was a little girl, and I've never faced a trial. Well then, honey, you is not a threat to the kingdom of darkness, because Satan ain't gonna attack nothing that ain't against him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna attack nothing that ain't against him. Satan hates family. So any woman that holds it at a high esteem, or any woman that wants it, he's gonna fight you almost to the death to make sure that nobody wanted with you. Okay? That's why a lot of men who really love a woman, like deep, 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 won't marry the woman they love. Because they know that means that they have to, like, literally, like, straighten up they ish and that they can't play with that person. But to some degree, some males marry the woman that'll put up with they ish, not the woman they love. Why do you think there's so many people in unhappy marriages? Because a lot of times they're not going to tell you that they were deeply in love with someone that they knew that they could not get on that level with, so they just settle. That's why it's calling settling down. Settling is at the bottom, down. Enough said. And I believe I've said that on my other channel in different videos. My thing is this: whatever you allow a man to do to you, ladies, they will continue to do. Now, there are consequences to raising your standards. If you decide that you don't want to put up with, I don't know, maybe like the non-commitment thing. I mean, if y'all just barely started dating, don't be pressuring that man to marry you. But I'm talking about y'all been in it for some years and years and years, and you know you was young when y'all started out, but then they still like years and years and years like, I need more, I need more, I need more. What the heck else do you want to see? If you've already had the goods and then you got cut off because they just realized, wait a minute, no more milk. The milk costs money. No more milk for free. But here's a simple solution to that. Just don't give the milk out in the first place. After that, I mean, I know what's done is done. What's out is out. You can't take back a fart once it's out. You can't take back a sneeze once it's out. You dang sure can't put a baby back in a woman after the baby is out. Okay? You can't do that. But like I said, the difference between winning and not winning is when you winning and you with a real dude and you winning, both of y'all are gonna shine. And when I mean shine, I don't mean like monetarily always. I'm talking about the love that radiates from the both of y'all. Like, I got her back, she got my back. We're gonna do this together. We're going to do this life together, okay? Now, when you lost, it's basically like, yay, I get to take care of a no good dude, and I get to be his little thought with no ambition and no idea of how to be a woman, and I just get to do whatever I want, and he just loves me. No, he loves the fact that you're simple. He loves the fact that you're easy, basically. There's more to being easy than just laying down and opening up your cap, okay? Being easy could mean, to me, being easy is basically like you are so gullible that you will believe any and everything. If you got that narcissist telling you they don't want titles, then that you love should just be enough. You indeed, sister girl, ain't got no self-esteem. And I apologize for being like, it makes you a loser. Because the thing is this, it's a difference between losing and not knowing that you're losing, and knowing your worth and choosing to be a loser. That's the difference. A person who doesn't know they're losing is that woman that want to believe all things, no matter even if the red flags are in her face. Okay? But she wants to believe all things because she loves him so much. So she's being gullible and hasn't been taught the way of life that's not what it's supposed to be about. Now, a straight up loser to me in my eyes is someone who knows right from wrong when it comes to what you should and should not put up with. and you knows the person is BSing you, did you put up with it anyway? That's what makes you a loser. Being a loser is a choice. Now, I've heard people say no such thing as a victim, only volunteers. I mean, in certain aspects, yes. And in other aspects, no. Because I feel like this. When you say that no such thing as victims, only volunteers. So basically, if someone is a victim of rape, does it mean that they volunteered to be raped? No, no woman wants that. No woman walks out of her house and say, I'm just going to be a candidate for rape. Nobody's not going to do that. However, there are some times where a female could have basically went to a party with people she didn't know because the person she did know invited her. But then she wore the tiniest skirt she could find with a thong on up the butt. I mean, I hate to tell it to you ladies, but if you dress the part, they're going to treat you the part. But I don't hate to tell it to you. And it's not your fault if something like that happened to you. You really possibly thought that you were going to be able to be cute and nobody was going to try and touch you. But everybody in this world is not as loving and kind and caring as you might think. Everybody in this world is not out for your best interests. A lot of times, there are people who go to parties, yes, they don't dress like that. And somehow they get knocked out and they still get raped. Unfortunately, these things happen sometimes. But it's like, if you know that you don't feel comfortable going somewhere, even if you gotta look like a wimp or a female body part because you backed out of going to a party that you don't feel safe going to, you back out of it. You back out of it. You don't let anybody like force you to do anything. Okay? So maybe even though we're just barely hearing about narcissism like now, or maybe I'm just barely hearing about narcissism within these past couple of years, you know, come to think of it, my definition of narcissist would be, for lack of a lot of better words, peer pressure and manipulation. A lot of people will manipulate you because they feel like that their word is above God's word. A lot of people will make you feel like, hey, if you will do what I want you to do, I will see to it that the others around you approve of you. There's a lot more broken people in this world than want to admit that they're broken. Now, I don't care if you call yourself a YouTube pastor or not. You're still broken in some area of your life. No one is perfect. No one has come. Okay? There are narcissistic preachers online right now who will show a woman their penis, pull up their clothes, and jump online and start preaching like they haven't done anything. So if you want to call somebody a fake YouTube ministry and fall for the BS, then, you know, this individual will get found out. You know, bloodthirst is real. You need to watch out for some of these so-called ministries. Me? I'm not a ministry. Nor would I ever claim to be. There's no such thing as a person saying my ministry. It's God's ministry, and God has many, many facets of ministry. A lot of times your life can be a ministry to someone who ain't never walked up inside of a church or cracked open a Bible. Sometimes the way that they see you handle your life will speak volumes. Okay? Understand that ministry is not all cheeky and rosy. It's really not. The thing is, sometimes people have to lay their dirty laundry on the lawn and just put it out there and let the stankiness just be all out there to let people know, hey, ain't nobody perfect. We should all be trying to help one another. But at the same time, I feel like this world is not ever going to be that way because people are too busy trying to be showy, gloaty, and weak females are claiming the upper hand, claiming to be Lucy Lawless, aka Xena Warrior Princess, when they really should be Wonder Woman. Okay? Instead, they're acting like wondering woman, like wondering when this gonna change, wondering when that's gonna change. That's not gonna be so. I don't want to settle for Mr. Right now. And you shouldn't want to settle for Mr. Right now. Love yourself enough not to flock to people who will say, well, they feel like they can't do it without you. And they want you to come and be homeless with them. I'm sorry, honey. I can't do it. Each person has to work on themselves before they get in a relationship. And if you know that you have issues with drug addictions or anything like that, don't pull another person into that. Rather let people come into your life and help you get out of that. Don't pull other people in that and blind them with footlongs and whatnot. And I'm just trying to keep it as PG as possible. A lot of y'all blinded by the D. A lot of y'all ladies is blind by the D. I know I done been there and done that. Don't you want the D that's connected to a man that can love you? Not just make love to you. Don't you want the D from somebody who can love you and love you enough to give you their last name? I know I do. And I don't want nothing less. And neither should you. Get yourself together. Find out what you want. Even if you look like a loser to the world for choosing the best things to do, at least you won't be a loser for real settling for someone you know who has no life potential. And it's not just monetarily. Love is the greatest thing you can ever get from any individual. That's the biggest blessing from God, okay? Not a big house, not a big car, not none of that. But I already know God doesn't want us to be poor. He did say the poor we will have with us always. But that doesn't mean he wants people to be poor. He don't want you like riding around like being materialistic neither. You know, God doesn't have any problem with you having things as long as those things don't have you. To the point that if you were asked to give those things away, you couldn't. To follow God. And females, don't let any narcissistic male come into your path and tell you that you must sell everything that you have just to be with them. The only thing I've learned in life is I ain't giving up my all for nobody but Christ, okay? And I done been in some pretty crappy situations to the point where me and God wasn't even speaking at all. I felt like he wasn't talking to me, so I wasn't talking to him. You don't know breakdowns and hardship until you go through it. So if you young and you ain't went through nothing and you want to be bashing older people because whatever they done went through, just know that you will meet that same real life scenario, and that you will have to sit and think. And the moment you ask yourself, why am I here? Open yourself up, and God will tell you.